Oh, do I have to exit? Oh, good, I exit. I'm sorry. I was on the same browser tab, so I didn't even know. Hey, what's up, Caleb Reynolds and David Glenn, the first person to drop in to the chat today. I forgot what the show was about. Maybe somebody could remind me. Oh, wait, yeah, I just came up with the plan like a minute ago. I kind of had the idea of this morning. Now, we could repeat the exercise from last week where we crashed the computer, because this time, and let me know if my audio looks a little loud. I'm going to drop the microphone audio a bit, because I'm hitting that red zone quite a bit. Testing 1, 2. It's a little loud, because, I want to hop on to Snacks and Friends' channel tomorrow, and I know I'm going to jump on, and he's going to be like, oh my god, it's so loud. And Gate is going to be like, oh my god, it's so loud. Actually, I don't even know if he's on tomorrow, but, I figure we should be prepared. Yeah. So anyway, let me just tidy up a couple of things here. Where did my... I spend half the time on a stream looking for my mouse pointer. I'm not even kidding. There's actually an interesting feature about this trackball. There we go. Sometimes you don't see the ball because the pointer, not the ball. The pointer is what you move around when you move the ball. Sometimes you don't see it, and sometimes it doesn't move because there's dust in there, and you gotta hit it or blow on it like a Nintendo cartridge. And I do have a little concern here. I don't know what's using up 40% of my CPU, but I can't say it makes me feel comfortable. Can I show that to you guys? It's my little pilot guy. I didn't turn him off. Let's turn off the guy for now. That I should do a video about. I upgraded the guy. Hey, real quick, I want to do a sound check. I'm going to mute my sound. I'm going to yell. And I'm going to say, yell. I'm going to go, yell. All right. Did you hear me say... Can you hear me? I literally just, can you hear me? Really loud. I hope the mute button works. I'll try it again. Testing 1. Hopefully you did not hear me after I said the initial 1, 2. Who cares? I had to make my mouse pointer max size. I'm about to turn on mouse trails again. Mouse trails are actually very useful on old LCD screens. They're kind of more of a stylistic choice otherwise. All right, so anyway, let's really quick... Nah, I can't beat Chrome. I don't even have that much Chrome open right now, Dave. Oh, wait, I have a hunch. I stand corrected, Dave, because apparently it is Chrome. I guess it just takes up that much resources to, run a StreamYard stream through Chrome. I guess. I mean, I don't buy it. I literally I'm a little disappointed that I'm seeing that much utilization. It's really, really kind of annoying me. I mean, come on. What is that? Am I really doing something? Is it really Chrome? And I can't even close Chrome. I would have done the stream in Firefox. Thank you. The mute is operational. I guess we're just gonna have to roll with it, but I am a little, irked by that, I don't see why I should have... Oh, I can't find my mouse again. Here it is. So, what the... I'm sorry, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out, man. Let's see, I'm gonna close... I don't want to close all my tabs, but... See, I want to react to Machiny. Right? We're gonna do a reaction stream to a live stream. And then if someone's really creative, maybe they can do a reaction to a reaction stream. That would really take the cake, But yeah, I mean, could it be that I had a YouTube tab with this young man in it, using up all my CPU? Could it be that Pop Culture Mechanic wants me to convey myself? Yo, Pop Culture Mechanic, did you release the poster art for your next stream yet? The community app? Because usually Pop Culture Mechanic posts some really funny puns, preceding his Tuesday show. And we're gonna see if I can show you guys an example right now, even if he didn't put out a new one. But we did this a while ago, like a few months ago. I went to a lot of his community tab posts. So for example, if we go here, you click on community, and I better put this on my top monitor so I can click on the buttons here. Yo, do I see a new name? No, I do not see a new name. I thought I saw Mr. Decepticon here for a second. Inception 2 reaction stream. I hate that movie. This one here, that'll convey me. Look, got a lot of underboob right there. That is fantastic. You can see I already hit the like button. You got a picture of my future wife here. Here we are. If you feel so inclined, I hope you will convey yourself over to my stream tonight. I'm talking skilled trades and what happens when to go to your garbage. 7 p.m. Mountain Time. I hope to see you there. And, he's like, convey yourself. That's pretty funny, And thank you, David Glenn, for dropping the link there. Then he did, like, vending machine anime for, like, a whole month. You got Smurfs here, apparently. Oh, this is a cool machine. Yeah, this is like a bridge laying machine right here. Usually you see these bridge laying machines in China, and then people in the comments will be like, look, China's spending money on infrastructure, not like those Americans blowing shit up. Although I'm not saying that's what was going on there. Oh, look, a phoenix. I will hit the like button on that if I lost my mouse again. Oh no, my mouse ain't moving this time. All right, there we go. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to do another disassembly and clean up on my mouse pointer. This is always a treat. Oh, that guy got lucky right there, I think. Unless that's like a well-oiled construction site. I guess the thing is moving horizontal, so it's safe. But that looks close. What up, James? Good to see you, bud. Sifting silage action. I don't know what that is. But I do know that whatever is using up all of my CPU is going to put a damper on our ability. I don't know why I'm talking like Cartman here. Abilities. You will respect my authority. I'm sorry. Okay. Enough South Park imitations. Let's go ahead and so yeah, do we want to do space or we want to check out a U-boat? Anybody have any interest here? I mean, at this point, I guess I'll just do the U-boat because we got 2 U-boat games here. And one of them is a little bit on the advanced side, and the other one is simple. So I'm going to start with the simple game because I think, like, the low barrier of entry is important. This game is called Crash Dive, and am I sharing my screen? This game is called Crash Dive, and it's on my top monitor. That was loud. I'm sorry, guys. I hope that wasn't... Oh, hopefully you didn't hear the sound from that. But we're going to go ahead and lower the audio in OBS and share the desktop audio. And we're going to just pray this isn't loud. Now I don't have any music. Okay, well that might do it. We can leave the audio there. Don't really need the music though. Okay, so it says graphical layout, touch. No, we want to be on a mouse pointer. There it is. Okay. Well, that's freaking weird. Whatever. So actually, this game is available and there is no windowed mode. And I don't think there's an alt. Oh, there we go. Good. Some more. Oh, that doesn't really fit on my screen right, but we're just going to roll with it so that I can see you guys up here in the top monitor. So here goes nothing here. I guess we could try to shuffle the window to the left just a tad so that it doesn't, borrow too much real estate. So basically World War II era U-boats are the submarines of their era. And, let me know if that's too loud, guys. And, the Yahtzees had a hell of a U-boat fleet, a hell of a submarine fleet. You had a guy named Convoy Spotter. Do you want to go for it? Yeah, so here we are. We're just fired up. And American subs of the era were quite comparable by this point in time. But you know, the Germans had just a really good edge for a while, up to the point that they were on the losing end of the war. At the end of the war, they had like a Type 7 or Type 17 U-boat. I forget the name exactly. And the problem with it is it was just, you know, a little bit of a complex machine, because at this point they wanted what they call an electro boat. I think that's the German word for electric boat. And one of the issues with, you know, a U-boat is a submarine of that era is a submarine is basically a boat by night and a submarine by day. And so the nighttime hours were utilized to run the engine, run the diesels, so that you can generate electricity. And so, you know, when you wanted to attack a convoy, like if you were floating on the surface during the daytime, you would try to like, I'm sorry, my brain is in a tactical mode right now. Uh-oh, my mouse is doing that thing again. All right, there we go. So as you can see, I'm aiming my periscope, and basically they, just like the American submarines, they do have a target data computer, or at least we had a target data computer, and would calculate the firing solution to hit the ship based on the angle of the periscope, based on the calculated speed. Essentially, this black line is a wire, and so when it crosses the wire, you would pull the plunger down, or you press the button and or give the firing command, and the torpedoes would travel at whatever depth that you set. They would have like a mechanical linkage inside the torpedo tube that would actually rotate a gear that would turn a mechanism inside the torpedo in order to, you know, dictate how deep it should float, how fast it should go. All of those things. And so luckily it looks like I got a hit on that boat. He's probably gonna sink already. He's putting out a signal flare. Now my real issue is I think there's more boats. Yep, there are more boats. So now I gotta go in for the right here. Oh god, I shouldn't say that. So we got my targeting solution. We're gonna fire away. These guys don't really have much hope, although that guy might have some hope. He's got a pretty good distance away from me. Now, if I'm really adventurous, and I think we are going to be adventurous, we can ascend. So you could go deep. I can go deeper. So if they start getting me by the balls, I can, like, you know, go and get them. Notice here, the deck gun is getting loaded right now by my crew. So in a moment, I will be able to use the deck gun, which is not a very effective weapon, but it's a fun thing to shoot. It can be effective. Oh, goodness gracious. They're coming after me. Let's go and dive. I'm going to be a wimp about this. Although, I do have the speed advantage. I do have the speed advantage on the surface. Yep. Fancy Scope's calibrated lead time. I have never played 688 Attack, but I'd be interested in that. If it's good and you recommend it, yeah, I'll play that. Okay, so that took only 1 or 2 torpedoes right there. And that next torpedo is about to hit the boat, I think. And then we're going to see how that did. Oh, goodness gracious. This guy's after me. He likes me. He likes me a lot. That boat is like a guy in a bar eyeing you across the way. And he's going to get it. But if it's anything like a real submarine, there you go. You're dead. You're dead, Mo. You're dead. Bye-bye, convoy. I like this game because it's you know, very easy, low barrier of entry. They actually have an Android version, so oh goodness gracious, I got rammed. I got rammed. That is cool. That is cool. And now I'm losing depth. Now, here's a cool thing here we can do. We can try to slow down my dive. As you can see, I'm at 1/4 engine speed. And hopefully my repair crews, look, they're fixing the flooding right now. So as long as I can get this progress bar to the end before I get too deep for, you know, the crush depth of the submarine, as long as my crew can effect repairs under that, you know, situation. I'm just trying to ascend right now, just kind of hoping, but yeah, this is looks like we're gonna be good. Now there we go, repairs completed there. Now they're gonna work on the motors. Now we can do 2 things. We can just go cover the same heading, which is probably as good of an idea as we got. because it'll put distance between me and these depth charges that are about to be dropped upon me, and these guys will drop some charges. There they are now. Pretty cool graphics on that. Simple, clean, but good graphics. And then what I might do is go old. Oh, goodness gracious. No, we got to keep our current depth. Oh, look at that. I'm at the edge of his sonar. So I could probably just do the Das Boot routine and, you know, just kind of hang loose and wait it out. Or if I really want to be... Oh, goodness gracious. They got me. Oh, he got me. I don't know what that little yellow golden thing next to my boat represents. Hey, what up there, multi-streaming and chat channel? Yeah, this is a Crash Dive. There is a sequel to this. It's available on Android. It's available on, you know, PC, obviously. I believe I had a Mac version of this many years ago. Oh, there goes my mouse pointer again. I really gotta clean this thing, yo. It's like not very utilitarian to have a mouse pointer that needs this much attention lately. I mean, there are people of the Kriegsmarine on this boat. And, you know, we can touch on a little bit of history of the U-boat fleet. The Rear Admiral Karl Dönitz. Probably a hardened Nazi. I mean, I really don't know his personal views, but, you know, he was loyal to the regime. Whether he was loyal to the party, you know, by choice or because of the circumstances, I don't know. But what I do find interesting about Karl Dönitz was, you know, he fought in World War I in the submarine fleet, the Kriegsmarine. He became not only was he the rear admiral during, or the top dog admiral in World War II, but in, whatchamacallit, oh goodness, I just put out a sonar signature. I should probably bug out and just find another convoy to mess around with. Let's see what we can do here. But anyway, this guy, the guy in charge of the submarine fleet, he was actually the guy who was in charge of Nazi Germany for the last 2 weeks. So during the period of time when, you know, Hitler already blew his brains out in the bunker, during the time when, you know, like they were trying to retreat from the Eastern Front, you know, they were negotiating with the Allies, of course, you know, trying to come up with some kind of, you know, deal. But at the same time, they were also, oh goodness gracious, he's got me. But at the same time, they wanted to cover the retreat of not only the soldiers in the Eastern Front, but the civilians living in the East. Give them an opportunity, because you do not want to be even the poorest German when the Russians come a knocking. You know, they were, you know, not gonna be nice. They weren't nice, you know. And maybe rightfully so, but you know, civilians. So anyway, yeah, so Karl Dönitz had an interesting, you know, career in that regard. Now, Hermann Goering, the guy in charge of the, whatchamacallit? Oh, goodness gracious, I think I'm taking water again. So I'll probably switch games when when my boat crashes, when my boat sinks properly, if I can't get repairs done. But yeah, the guy, Hermann Goering, he was like, he goes up to Hitler. He's like, hey man, so, you know, if, you know, you blow your brains out, can I be in charge? I mean, he didn't exactly say that, but he kind of asked, you know, his boss if he could be the boss after him. And, you know, Adolf didn't take kindly to that, or didn't appreciate it, so he did not extend that promotion to him. But, Karl Dönitz is one of his flaws during the war. Like, he was right. He wanted to have like 200 or 300 U-boats at the onset of hostilities, and, you know, once Pearl Harbor happened, that wasn't really an option anymore. But what he did do, that was cool. I mean, not cool. What was not cool was, he relied too much on the Enigma machine, on the encrypted, on the impunity of their encrypted transmissions. And as you guys know, we kind of broke the Enigma code and, put them at a disadvantage. So one of the things you can do in this game is you can speed up the clock. So we're going to click on the clock here. Now I'm at 2 times speed. And when you do that, you can steer at a faster rate. But also you can get past all of the monotony, all of those boring moments. Also, my periscope is still up. That's probably messing up my aero hydrodynamics. It looks like the hydrophones are giving me some heading indicators here. And so now at this point, let's just assume that now we're good. Now, where's my batteries? I haven't... Oh, goodness gracious. We got a surface. So, as you can see, my batteries are starting to get to the red line here. And so we're going to go to the surface to charge them. And now, because I'm playing at 8 times speed, that battery is actually going to charge at a much more rapid rate. And while that is happening, we can slow down, maybe switch games. But I'm going to go ahead and review the chat. If they had Triton missiles, they very much could have struck such cities, our cities. Yeah, that's true. With I'm sorry, with missile attacks, the Allies winning was much about Hitler's greed and incompetence. That's the thing. So apparently, I heard stories where they wanted to kill Hitler, assassinate him multiple times, but there was one point where there was an attempt on Hitler, and it was like a cartoon when you got the black stuff on Wile E. Coyote's face after the bomb blows up next to him, and he still survives. And then later that day, he's giving a speech, and the Allies realized that if you kill Hitler at that point in the war, he might get replaced with somebody competent. And if that happens, obviously that could make their lives a lot more difficult. So in a way, they decided to put like a moratorium on assassination attempts because of that factor. So it's kind of funny you mentioned that, James. And I'm doing well, multimedia streaming and chat channel. I hope you're doing well too. I have to click on your channel to see if I know you. I feel like I know you, but I'm not sure if I do. But if I don't, that's okay. And I will subscribe to you if I'm not already subscribed. The Navy had to ask their Air Force for some long-range bombers to patrol further out the coast. 688 attack sub. You hunted Soviet subs with the USN 688 type sub killers. It's hard to get clean, undiscovered kills. Silent running is difficult. Ooh, that does sound like a treat. What happened to my boat? Where's my periscope? Up periscope, like the movie with Kelsey Grammer. Wait, I was down periscope. And so right now, am I even flying? Oh wait, something got damaged again? What the hell happened? What happened? Yo, did you guys see what happened? I missed that. Did my engines burn out? Did I run out of fuel? No, wait. I got batteries. I don't think my engine crew is going to do anything for me here. I think my engine crew is going to cop out here. I'm trying to see if there's like a thing I can do. Sometimes, like, we do resupply. Okay, so we're going to disengage, and then I'm going to see if I can call a milk cow. So, okay, we're back to patrol, but as I understand, my ship is in a state of disrepair. In particular, my engines are. So now, up here, you can see that the calendar is advancing by hours and days, and I'm down to 60-something tons of fuel, and there's a resupply here. No, we are not going to do that. We're going to go to the resupply, because I need resupply and repairs. So it took 16 hours. They put me up to 73% fuel. And I can now do convoys. A now deceased friend searched the near coast shores for magnetic anomalies, aka large electric motors driving submarines through the ocean. Yeah, I remember there was what was it, the P3 Orion or something like that. It's a plane that had this big, like, magnetic sensor on the bottom that would look for disruptions in the Earth's magnetic field. So I'm hoping this saves my progress. We're going to pull up a different game here. Was the propaganda guy for a long while or no? Nah. You talking about Carl Durnitz? No, Carl Durnitz was not a propaganda guy really at all, as I understand it. He was just, you know, like a military guy, admiral. Unless we're talking about, what's his name? Goebbels? Goebbels? Goebbels. The guy's got a funny name. He's got a Goebbels in his ass. Okay, I'm sorry. If he had stopped in Poland, I doubt anyone would have seriously complained. Probably, yeah. Greedy, incompetent. And I mean, look, if he didn't do the Holocaust thing, you know, to whatever extent, because of course there's people who outright deny it. There's people who question the numbers. I don't so much question the numbers. Like, it's not like the hill I'd want to die on, you know, questioning Holocaust numbers. But, you know, like, it is an interesting philosophical question, I guess, like, or geopolitical question. Like, would we care more or less if it was another group or other groups? Do we care more about one group above the others, you know? And does it matter if we care about one group more than the others, you know? If something was unjustly and morally done, it doesn't matter if we favor one group over the other. I think, you know, dealing with the bad guys who are mistreating one group of people is still going to help other people who get mistreated by the same bad guys. Of course, there are some modern day implications here. What is a new button here? What does this do? It's 80s or a very early 90s game. Not great graphics, but uber realistic. I look at that spell check capitalized the uber. Kind of like a jumbo jet pilot. Also very, oh yeah, jumbo jet pilot sounds hard. So there's a button here that says replace or hide. Okay, that did nothing. All right, never mind. 10-4, buddy. 10-4, good buddy. Roger Dodger. Hermann Goering. Yeah, that was the Luftwaffe, the guy in charge of the Air Force. Yeah, Goebbels was definitely the propaganda bubba. All right, let's see if we can find the game now. I forgot the name of it already. I think it's called Silent Hunter. There's two. I actually have two games here. One of them is called Silent Hunter, which apparently I don't have. How do I not have Silent Hunter? Well, that would just find U-boat. Ah, damn. Do I really have to update this shit right now? I would have updated this, like, on Saturday. I did update a bunch of games. That shouldn't take long. So, actually, remember the other day I crashed space? So, the answer, yeah, I did run out of RAM. Okay, now this is getting questionable. Actually, okay, Steam does use a lot of CPU when it's doing updates because it'll download a compressed update and then unpack it. But anyway, what I did was I enabled the Windows swap file, which I normally leave disabled because in the past, if you don't use up all of your RAM, generally a PC will run faster if you're not using the swap file at all on a conventional hard drive. Since I have SSDs in here in addition to hard drives, I turned the swap file on my boot SSD. And so when it runs out of RAM, it is able to swap, you know, with the temporary storage, so to speak. And so now I can do the thing that crashed Space Engine last time without crashing Space Engine. So bad news, I think we might just have to go and try to crash Space. 40 megabytes a second, and it's still going to take a few minutes to download that. You know, I don't know how I'm feeling about this, guys. And the weird thing about Steam is that's a nice Nintendo gamepad there, buddy. Retro Gamer George. Nice to meet you, Retro Gamer George. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Goebbels. How long does it take you to download all of the validation files each time you... you said that before. What is that? Like, is that a thing? I mean, I'm sure it's a thing. I'm sure maybe it's called something else, or maybe I'm so out of the loop. What is that? When I open Steam, it doesn't take a terribly long time to open it. But when you do a game update, Steam doesn't necessarily use 100% CPU, but in this case, you can see it's using the balance of my CPU, available CPU right now. And, yeah, like, so, you know, that affects the update speed, I guess. I mean, in a way, compressed files means that the download is smaller, but it also means more computation on my end. Yeah, so there's that. Now, I remember last week we talked about the video upscaling. Yeah, I did have the word AI in the intro today. And I decided to experiment with an application called Topaz AI. And the way this works is You tell it to open up a video file, but I'm going to make sure that when I hit the browse button that it doesn't open up anything weird. All right, good. And you can see, actually, I did some outputs here. So I told it, like, take a video file, like an episode of Babylon 5's Crusade, or one of these, or one of these. I'm very confused right now. In fact, I want to say I could do it with this file here, but I don't remember. I wish there was a note in here that would tell me which video encoding app created this file. Well, anyway, we'll pick any episode. Doesn't really matter right now. We'll just do the first episode of Crusade as soon as I find the correspondingly labeled episode. It's got to be the one with the 0 at the beginning of the file name. Like one of these. I think that's the one right here. Or is it this one here? That's 1.1, 3.2. Okay, let's try this file. You know, I'll tell you what's up. Tomorrow is my Friday. Cloud storage of game files is stupid. It is. It is. I mean, look, like... so one of the things, like, we talked about, like, somewhere I was talking to somebody about digital downloads and games and like that, stuff like that. And my attitude is, generally speaking, I like the way Steam does it. GOG Games is, like, the most open platform in terms of, like, you know, not having DRM, copy protection. But Steam is pretty good. And, I mean, I got the Steam Deck, and it's like, I have games here. I have games on my Steam Deck. I can play games remotely on my PC through the Steam Deck so that I can have better performance and a longer battery. But generally speaking, so this is the thing. People like their physical media. I respect that. I love my physical media too. Like, I literally will buy things on physical media, like Galaxy Express 3.9. Even though I could download them, or even if I have already downloaded them, or Sequest DSV for $50 for like all 3 seasons. What a value, you know? And so, you know, things, and there's just other things where, like, I wasn't happy with the download quality, and so I bought something better. Ooh, I got a real treat. I got a statue. I think I should show you guys my new statue, huh? Yeah, let me know if you want to see my new statue. It's of a woman. So I'm sorry, my brain got sidetracked here. Oh yeah, physical media. So bottom line is that this is how I roll. Some games I buy in physical media, but I generally just prefer having them like on a PC. I'd rather have them in Steam. I don't want to be putting in a 20 gig DVD disc or Blu-ray disc and installing the whole game and, you know, all of that. But the important thing about having a digital library in Steam is that you can back up the Steam folder. You can go further. You can store the files for your Steam library on your home network. So you could have like a network attached storage unit, and you could just tell like Steam to put all of your downloads in there and to access the files on that network attached storage. You know, maybe map it to a network drive letter. And then that network attached storage, let's say, would have fault tolerant storage. So if a single hard drive failed, you could replace the broken drive and everything keeps chugging along fine, even in between, you know, replacements. And then if you decide, you can copy all of this stuff to an external drive. Or in my case, I have the games already on my desktop. And if I was really OCD, if let's say I was really worried about Steam going out of business, yeah, I could copy the data to my server. So I could duplicate all of this to my server, or I could duplicate this to a physical external hard drive if I was the average user. And if I was super obsessed, I would say have the games on your computer and on 2 external drives, you know, and that should be pretty foolproof. Now, it's mostly a good idea, except that not every title in the Steam library is you know, gonna allow you to do that. Some games gonna have the anti-cheat, or, you know, some kind of additional checking going on, something that requires you to log in through the cloud. But a lot of these games can be stored and launched independently of Steam, or launched through Steam without internet. So, you know, huge fan of that possibility. And people who have physical media libraries, there's the simplicity, which is like, okay, I have it in my hand. It's like when you get gold and silver. you know, you can hold it in your hand. It's like yours. It's like, you know, it ain't getting deleted from a stock chart. It's like you could see it, you could feel it, it exists, you know. But you know, physical media or chunks of silver, they're hard to transfer electronically. They're hard to back up, to duplicate. You can't duplicate a backup copy of a Kennedy $50 or a Hidalgo coin or a paperweight, Jägermeister paperweight, which is cool. It looks like a little ingot. Anyway, let's see what the chat has to say. Hey, level 1 text Wendell found an interesting computer on AliExpress, Alibaba Express, recently. The 8845 Ryzen chip and chipset, about $450, PCI Express 4.0 X8 lanes, not 16s. Ooh. So about PCIe 3.0. Yeah, you're right. That's a PCIe 3 X16 equivalent. That's interesting. I don't know if I trust it, but it's interesting. And budget computing. Like I made a decision. I'm not buying a new GPU until after the holidays. Like I gave some real thought. Like I just bought the 240 hertz monitor, which is a fantastic monitor. I didn't even talk about that. So I did buy the ViewSonic monitor. I should probably pull that up on Amazon real quick. Also, next Tuesday, I'm going to be the special guest on Pops' show. That's in the afternoon or early evening on Tuesday. We will be discussing the movie Stargate. This time, I will endeavor to not have sound bites playing. I felt so bad. So what was happening was I was doing the stream, right? And in OBS, I have some video clips like right now queued up. Like if I switch to this scene, and I press this button, okay, that's the background. That's pretty innocuous, right? But then I have like, that's not it. That's not it. But somewhere in here, I got video clips of a Japanese lady saying stuff. You know, she's all like, "Thank you." Here we go. I found it.
I trust you.
So this is what happened. I'm on that stream last week, and someone else starts talking. Like, let's say Loki starts speaking, and I go to switch from like my screen. I pressed the button twice. So I go to switch from here to here, and when I click this, this happens. That happens. Let's do it again. Wait. 1, 2, 3.
I trust you.
I don't know if you guys hear any sound, but if you don't, I'll turn on this sound for that. But you should be hearing a Japanese woman go, "I trust you." Yeah, I shouldn't say that's racist. But yeah, she's saying, "I trust you."
I trust you.
So, like every time, like he's like, I thought it was a brilliant idea to have like the equivalent of a soundboard where you press a button, and it plays both an audio clip and a video clip. So I have sound clips in my Stream Deck, but I also have the option to play video clips and audio together. But then during the stream, every time I switch from any of the scene to the main camera, this would play. And I felt so bad, and I would have these like fucking outbursts. It's like I'm with people I respect. I'm with streamers I look up to. And here I am interrupting them with a Japanese lady going, "I trust you."
I trust you.
It's like, imagine you're in the middle of talking, and I do that.
I trust you.
I feel like that would be kind of annoying and a little bit disrespectful, you know? So, yeah, I'm going to not enable those freaking automatic video clips. In fact, I'm probably going to keep things simple, because one of the problems I found was sometimes it's hard to keep your head in the show when you're dicking around with, like, sound clips and video clips and things of that nature. So I think I'm going to just keep it simple, maybe have a couple of screenshots, like key screenshots available, maybe other ones just in case they come up. But, like, I'm not going to go and obsess over, the media presentation aspect, unless that's something that people clamor for. But basically, have your brain in the zone. But I'm sorry, my brain's sidetracked. Yeah, I'm going to have a background of the Stargate control room or the gate room. I'm not sure which one yet, probably the control room, because it just makes sense. I'm in front of a computer, so it makes sense I should have more computer screens and, a team of people at Stargate Command working behind me, perhaps. So I'm probably going to go for that one. And then maybe like 1 or 2 sound bites. I don't know. I might avoid that. Physical media culture for the win. But yeah, so this is my physical media attitude. Buy it on physical media, digitally back it up for personal use. I don't distribute it. And then, generally speaking, and then, just compress it using a codec that is hopefully indistinguishable from the original. But heck, if you gotta cut corners and compress the video a bit more, you got the original copy. But my thing is, like, if I'm gonna buy it, I do want to have the same viewing experience on my digital library as I would from the physical. So I go through great lengths. And one of the things I learned from Galaxy Express 3.9 was that if you don't have grainy film, if your cartoon isn't grainy, you can get the file size down pretty small. But when there's film grain in there, you gotta be able to tolerate a much larger file. Like, you might be doing anywhere from 1 to 2 gigs for a half hour of anime, whereas something else can be done for like 500 megs. Some people get it even smaller. But I found that, like, I don't want to denoise it. I don't want to get rid of the film grain. I want to retain that because that's how it was, available in the past. Some would argue, well, did the animators intend on there to be film grain? Sometimes maybe they genuinely didn't, in which case, yeah, maybe there's a case to be had to remove the film grain. I wonder what Pop Culture Mechanic would say about anime with film grain, whether or not it would be better to retain it or eliminate it from a, viewing point of view. A viewing point of view. Concoction. Oh, I have a Fios connection with the internet to the internet, but it still takes forever because Valve limits me to 2.4 megs on a download. How the hell does Valve do that? How does that make any sense, Dave? Like, is that a feature or just like a thing they do in, like, your part of the world? That blows my mind. Maybe we got to have a powwow about that at some point. I mean, maybe, or, tell me about maybe, why it's an insurmountable thing, but that's interesting. Should I use the Amazon review checker? I'm going to say not now because I don't want my reviews being checked. So this is the monitor I bought. Yeah, I'm very good at jumping topics, as you can see. Why are you in black and white tonight? What? What do you mean? What do you mean black and white? I'm in black and white? I'm in black and white. Like, I'm in grayscale right now. Are you kidding? Are you serious? This is news to me, bud. Maybe your screen is in black and white. I'm checking now. I'm going back to I'm in color, dude. I'm in living color, man. Like, I'm just like, homie, don't play that. Like, I'm in homie. Like, I'm in living color. Let's stick with that. Can you run a local server for your files? I do run a local server for my files. It is named, ironically, Dave would get this one. The name of my server is the PDP 380 because it is actually an HP DL 380 rack mounted server. And if we open up, a secure shell client, like an SSH client, I can log into it. Oh, wait, Oh, do I have to restart the server? This is interesting, guys. You're going to have, you're in for a real, never mind, it's on. I had a power outage the other day, but the default behavior of my server is to turn back on. So, yeah, on the server right now, we have ZFS on Linux. I have 49 terabytes of usable capacity. I'm using 31 terabytes of that capacity. I have 18 terabytes free, which is amazing because before adding the last 12 or 16 terabyte drive to that, 14 terabytes of storage to the Z RAID, I had to like delete a lot of stuff because I wanted to like make sure the process went smoothly. So I deleted like 5 or 10 terabytes of stuff. Then I added like 8 terabytes or 10 terabytes to the capacity. So that's how I got to where I'm at right now. This is done across 5 mirrors. So basically there's 5 pairs of hard drives that are each mirroring one another. Can't literally download gold, silver, platinum, Ed Zachary. Yeah, that's true. You can't literally download those precious metals. If you can't hold it, you don't own it. And that's the thing. So my attitude is like, if I could hold this, I kind of own it until an electromagnetic pulse comes around. But I could build a Faraday box to protect this hard drive. Optical media is an option. I do have 2 Blu-ray drives, although I'm pretty sure one of them can't read high-capacity discs at all anymore. But one of my remaining Blu-ray drives can burn like 100 gigabyte Blu-ray discs. But when you do the math on it, oof, yeah, it's not really cost-effective. You're better off. I'm better off buying hard drives. What up, Superior Dave? Yo, he got some fire content lately, man. I got to drop his link before I conclude tonight's show. But yeah, he's a cool dude. I see him on my boy Slim's show. Or in the chat while watching Slim. Lately, my boy Slim has been playing the Blizzard Viking game for Nintendo. I think it's like a collection of Viking games. Yeah, there you go. So I just dropped Slim's link, and yeah, you know, it's a good game. It has some like interesting extra features. Now, to answer my question, David Glenn says film grain is okay as long as it is what the original creators intended. See, that's the thing. I bet there's a split on that, you know, in that maybe not the creators didn't intend on that, or maybe the creators, you know, wouldn't have had it if they could avoid it. But since it's part of the, you know, medium of the era, they expect it to be there. You know, it's sort of like one of those things like, well, we can't do anything about it, so we're going to embrace it. So I don't know what the logic is, but, you know, I can see it either way. But yeah, I personally would say I would retain the film grain unless I had like a recording of the director literally saying, we really wish we didn't have film grain in this from the start. You know, I don't, if it's George Lucas, no offense, screw him. Let me restart my phone. Might be the phone. That's a feature. My boy, he's got a feature. The phone goes black and white. Oh, shoot. I almost knocked over a bunch of things. All right. So there's a reason why the camera angle is such as it is. Wait, are we here now? Can you hear me now? Thank you. Thank you, David Glenn. All right. So where were we? So I issued a command sudo zpool status, and as you can see, it shows you the 5 mirrored VDEVs consisting of 10 hard drives, 5 pairs. This server actually has 12 bays, 12 3.5-inch bays on it. This is all of the stuff I said while I was on mute. And these are SAS based serial attached storage, although these slots are compatible with serial ATA. So you can put SATA drives, regular serial ATA drives, into a SAS slot, but you can't put SAS drives into a serial ATA. So, you know, for reference, that's serial ATA. SAS would actually have some extra pins right here in the middle. So on a SAS drive, you would actually have like a flat bit with some extra contacts and a key of sorts so that you couldn't put a SAS drive into a SATA connector, basically. But anyway, bottom line is, if either any one drive fails in all of these pairs, what I do is I take one of the empty slots. Remember, there's 10 drives and 12 slots. So basically, whenever I have to replace a drive, I don't remove the broken drive, or I don't remove the drive that I'm replacing with an upgrade. Because a lot of times I'm either replacing a drive that goes bad, or I'm replacing a drive with a larger drive. And so, for example, let's just say this was a pair of 4 terabyte drives, or this is a pair of 8 terabyte drives, and I want to replace them with a pair of 16 terabyte drives. So what I would do is I would take one of the extra slots in the server, I would put a 16 terabyte drive in that slot, I would issue a command saying replace this drive with that new one, which would have a number associated with it. And then after that process was done, I could then physically remove this drive, and then I could proceed to repeat that same process with the second drive I want to upgrade. Because of course, until you upgrade a pair of drives, you're not going to see the corresponding increase in usable storage capacity. And once again, David Glenn, I do want to thank you for identifying me being muted. I love it. It sounds a little smug. Audio absent, bud. I love it, man. It's good though. It doesn't really sound smug. It's just funny. I wish I could help with your phone, but I am clueless. Alicia Silverstone is clueless. Hey, what's up, Dave? David. I was gonna call you David. You don't look like a David to me, Lady Mist. David is not a very ladylike name, David. Of course it isn't. See, there we go. We got a true gentleman there. Good evening, milady. Speaking of milady, let me show you milady. Oh no, this lady is not a milady. This is more like that crazy girlfriend who tried to stab you. You think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding about this one? But I assure you, I don't have a sense of humor. Oh wait, I do. I have a great sense of humor. It says it on my dating profile. Okay, so let's take the cover off of this. So one of the things I did was, see, I got a dust problem, right? Dust would get all over my crap. So I decided to put green tape. See the green tape? I decided to put green tape to hold down the character as a test. So before I put Velcro down, I want to see, like, does this work? Can the girl stay in the middle of the plastic box? I had to put green tape on the side to hold it shut. But I forgot to remove the plastic cover. There's like a sheet of plastic on these panels. I forgot to remove it from the inside. So the top is frosted. But what would be cool is you could put LEDs up here and have frosted lighting up here, perhaps. My plan is to get a smaller box. This one is just too big. I want to get a smaller box of the same type. And then I will dedicate this box to a larger Gundam. Because I do have a Assault Buster Victory Gundam that I can actually put in here. And if anybody wants to see the Assault Buster V2 Gundam, it's not assembled, but if you want to see the box for it, just let me know. And I think we're going to actually visit a YouTuber. I do want to recommend a phenomenal YouTuber. But, oh, crap, I can't remove it. Okay, give me a second. We're going to remove the tape for a moment. Maybe I'll clean my desk this week, too. All right. I hope I don't have to... I think I'm going to have to play with the exposure on the lights a bit, but we're going to see how far we get. So, yeah, you're going to have questions here. So, this is Katarzyna Luce from Mobile Suit Victory Gundam. Although, she might actually be Katarzyna Ruth, like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, because, you know, like, you know how Japanese names sometimes get Romanized and de-Romanized and altered, you know, things happen sometimes, right? They take English names, they just kind of alter them a bit. Let me see if we get this thing here. I'm going to just play with the brightness a little bit, get the contrast up. Where's my gamma? I gotta say, this is so I hope the lighting isn't too bright on this. I feel like we could do better on the lighting, but I don't want to make it too dark or too bright, right? So let me just try one more time to get the brightness up, and then we'll get to the exhibition of the newest, my newest wife. Ooh. Okay, that's terrible. I know. Wait, is that the right button? Oh, it has the right button. Gain. Okay, that's gonna have to do. So hopefully you guys can see this pretty well. So, okay, I'm gonna answer some questions. I know there are questions. So number one, you're gonna be like, why is this bitch, why are her boobs out? It's because in that particular episode of Mobile Suit Victory Gundam, what up, Chaos? Good to see you, bud. In this particular episode of Mobile Suit Victory Gundam, she decides to seduce our 13-year-old Gundam pilot, right? Because of course Gundam pilots have to be 13 years old. But really what she's doing is she's pulling out her boobs in a spacesuit and she's pulling a knife on the young man. And that's why there's a knife here that I didn't really install correctly. I need to figure out the correct way to install the knife. But in the picture, it's really hard to install the knife with one hand. So I believe the knife is supposed to be in this position. Let me see. If I was a woman, I gotta figure this out. So if I was a woman with a knife, I would have my hand like this. And then I would have the knife back and I would go like this. So based on that logic, I would want this side of the knife to be doing this. And so I guess it would go like this. Oh wait, we got a picture on the box. We'll look at the picture on the box. That looks good. Where's the box? Oh crap, the box is way over there. Oh, there it is. Oh good. And I have the rest of her body too. Because she has different body parts, you know. She got multiple sets of boobs and more. Well, she doesn't have multiple. She does not have multiple boobs. Yo, what up, man? Yeah, man, I'm having an alright day. Tomorrow's gonna be a better day. I actually had not an awful day. I had a moderately okay, good day, but like, I had to switch computers at work today to make room for somebody's new seating arrangement. And the problem with that is the new machine had Windows 11. And it's funny because I fought to keep Windows 10 on the machine that the other guy sits at. But the problem is that he's got seniority. So, I mean, I wasn't going to, give him any hard time over it. It's just, one of these things. So, anyway, you can see how we got a replacement chest that, because this is a spacesuit. This is a Gundam pilot suit. Actually, this is a Vespa pilot suit. Ballistic Embargo Space Patrol Army. And, I never know whether to say hello to each person that enters the chat on these channels since everyone is a wrench. Yeah, like number one, I probably give out too many wrenches, but I'm working on it. I try not to dole out too many wrenches, but Chaos is a cool cat, and I don't expect anybody to give me a wrench, even if I give them a wrench. Although I am honored to have a wrench from Pop Culture Mechanic, but once again, I want everyone to know nobody's under obligation, and that's not even like me trying to be funny, like trying to guilt you. I genuinely don't feel like. Because the thing is that there's certain channels where they give everybody a wrench. I don't want to become one of those channels that gives everyone a wrench, but you guys are like here at the ground floor. If I ever get big, or if I ever get like slightly more slightly more notoriety or something, or maybe I become more notorious, I would be honored to have you guys as the original wrenches, But anyway, let's get some pictures of the girl here. Okay, so you obviously saw that particular pose, and she's not holding the knife here. So here it is. Good. We got serving suggestions right here. Serving suggestions. Oh, the colors are off on this. Okay, that's probably as accurate as we're gonna get. But you can see right there. That's the way of the knife. So I have to have the blade facing this way. So we're gonna do it now. maybe we should go and open up Google Lens real quick and see what the box says. Let's read the box together. I don't think we're gonna do more U-boats tonight because I have to genuinely get to bed because I now work with additional people and I'm worried that I can't like slip away for like a full. Anyway, yeah, there's no like I'm not being watched per se, but if I do something like irresponsible at work, I'll have more scrutiny now, so I gotta cover my ass, unfortunately. So my phone is booting up. My battery died while watching Mech Pit. That is Mech Pit with the Iron Caster, Punk Waddle, Snacks and Friends. More wrenches than a toolbox here. At least we have different sized wrenches for every job, right? What's up, Alan Copeland? Good to see you, bud. Go Cubs. I still don't know what names I have in my my whatchamacallit, but okay, good. It looks like I got those two names. I don't think I programmed. Oh, I got Ironcaster in there too. There we go. Good. I just named a bunch of people and they just came up. That is wonderful. Windows 11. Yeah. So one of the things I discovered about Windows 11, if you look at my taskbar here, you'll notice that I have the wide rectangular buttons. I also set it up to have a small taskbar, and I did that through this menu right over here. So I basically said combine taskbar buttons never, or when bar is full, whichever comes first. And bottom line is that I get the nice wide rectangular buttons. Like here's an example, always hide label. See, now you get these little red lines under apps that are open and you got to float your mouse over it to see what it is, which isn't terrible, but I'm an old timer. I like having these rectangles. See, look, I can see the folder. I like that. I like seeing stuff like that, you know? I like having this labeled button and then the spawning of these guys. I just prefer it. And that was the least of my concern. The real issue was in Windows 11, now, you'll see down here, it says taskbar location bottom, yes. And it also says show taskbar on all of my screens somewhere here. Here we are. Show taskbar buttons on all taskbars, main taskbar, and taskbar where window is open, or taskbar where window is open. So let's say I open up the calculator app and I have the top option selected. I'm going to have an icon for the calculator on all 4 of my screens. 4. And if I pick this button, it'll only show the icon for the app on whatever screen it's opened on. That makes sense, right? So if I have something open on my main screen, then I should only see the button for that app on my main screen. If I open the app on my top screen, I should only see the button on my top screen, etc., 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 right? Well, I don't know if this is like only because my work PC could be more restricted, but when I went to do this on my work PC, any app I open on my left monitor gets listed on the right monitor. So now I have a taskbar that is inevitably going to get cluttered because if I open up one too many apps on either screen, it's going to cause crowding on both taskbars. I don't know if this is some bullshit just to like push people in the direction of using the new style, or if they thought that this would be less confusing for like, you know, people who get confused more easily. But it's like, look, I'm a power user. And as a power user, I feel like they should maybe have a power user mode, a mode where you click on a button to enable features that maybe other people, you know, can't, that other people get confused with, you know. But this is a contributing factor to why I'm going to stop using Windows 11 when it's time to upgrade. My next, you know, upgrade or next work. And I'm reluctant about it because, look, let's be real. It can be easier to work with Windows in certain ways, but Linux has come such a long way that it's really not a bad situation anymore. And if you're virtualizing something, you can snapshot everything. And so that's kind of cool, right? You know, you can like have snapshots, meaning that if something, you know, like what you call it, you could have almost like restore points, except it actually works. All right, so let's try this out here. We're going to snap a picture with Google Lens. Oh, good, I got it. Okay. The right arm holding the knife that stabbed Uso is also included. Wow, I love that wording. The right arm holding the knife that also stabbed... Wait. The right arm holding the knife that stabbed Uso is also included. By replacing parts, the hairstyle and body can be changed into 2 patterns. So right here, you can see how she has long flowing hair. She's flying in 0 gravity. But over here, you can see she's got her hair in a nice little, you know, like tied up. And that's because she has to wear a space helmet. No, it does not come with a space helmet. But yes, she would be wearing a space helmet over her hair in this configuration. And of course, you got, you know, her hands are open. She's flying it majestically in, you know, microgravity. And then you got her in, like, you know, I'm going to stab that boy. But they say boy with an apostrophe at the end. So sometimes you'll even see boy spelled as boya. Anyway, this product may differ slightly from the packaged photo. This product is precision manufactured. Applying excessive force to it or dropping it may cause damage. The box and blister packing of this product are packaging materials, so they may be slightly scratched or dented during shipping. Please note that we cannot exchange the box blister packaging unless there is significant damage. The specifications of this product may change without prior notice. Thank you for understanding. Recommended for ages 15 and up. Oh yeah, I'm sure a 15-year-old could have a good time with this one. That's terrible, I know, I'm terrible. What does the Japanese lettering say over here? Let's see what the kanji says. Katarina Rus. See, that's what I'm talking about. Look, it says it. Katarina Rus. So she's Katarzyna Lus, but apparently she's Katarzyna Rus or Ruth, depending on, you know, what name you are, you know? So that's basically the extent of Japanese lettering that we can read, except for the Mobile Suit Victory Gundam emblem over here. Stand up to the victory. Let's see, I'm going to take a picture of that, see what that says. Sotosu Sunrise, that's all it says. So the lettering on the top says Sotosu Sunrise. So yeah, that's the box that this came in, and that's why I bought that big plastic container instead. Yeah, I am not grabbing the box to that V2 Victory Gundam Assault Buster. I might be free tomorrow night if I'm not totally pooped and exhausted. I mean, you know me, play it by ear. I come home from work after the 13 hours at the mines. But either way, I will happily tune into you. I love tuning into you. And, oh, Maron. Sometimes after, like, joining Snacks and Friends, I'm, like, you know, just even more exhausted. Because, you know, Snacks, he makes fun of me. Snacks has me talk, goes, Ron, what do you got going on? And then mid-sentence, he will turn off the video. He will end his stream on me speaking mid-sentence. The audacity of that boy. That boya, as this young lady would say. So anyway, let's see if we got the knife. Oh man, this thing's getting stuck to the table. We got to put this thing back in the display case. So but anyway, Real Wade Gaming Nation, Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips is in the house. Hope you're doing wonderful today, my friend. And let's see here. How do I click on this? Yeah, crud. I think the camera control thing froze on me. OBS might crash again. Oh, wait, no, I know why. Something's holding on my keyboard, I think. I don't know what is doing what, but something's happening here. Oh, that's interesting. The magnetic stylus? No, that's not it. I lost control of my computer. I'm not even kidding. I literally lost control. I can't even stop the stream if I wanted to right now. How's about that? This is weird. I can't control the brightness anymore. Okay, I can control my computer, but it looks like I can no longer control the brightness of... Oh, there we go. That's weird. We're going to try that again. Oh, crud. OBS is being weird. OBS is being so weird. I can click on YouTube. I can click on... What is going on here? What? Have I done anything that exotic? Oh, goodness gracious. No, that's not it. Let's turn off my 5th monitor. Yeah, I'm literally unable to click on things right now, guys. Like, that's just super sus. This is highly un-American. Oh, there we go. I fixed it. Okay. So anyway, let's get back to that exposure setting. It said I could adjust the camera. That was weird. I had to like turn off the camera and turn it back on and yada, yada, yada. Okay, so we got our wife. Oh, yeah. Let me turn this around for you guys so you can see the butt. There you go. And then you can get like a good angle. So she's in her spacesuit, right? And a pilot suit is more form-fitting in Gundam because it needs to be. In order for you to pilot a mobile suit, you need to have a form-fitting suit. So you can see here, I gotta say, it's like very beautifully sculpted. I mean, like the detail, even like that little scrunch up there, right? See that little scrunch there? Like they really pulled all stops. She has the utility belt. She has the, you know, like the space, you know, like supplies. So that's probably a patch kit, believe it or not. If you ever watched Zero 8th Mobile Suit Team or Gundam 8th Mobile Suit Team, you would know that those utility belts contain a patch kit. No, my salt mine is 7 to my brain 7 shit. It's not 7 shit. It's 7 to 8 or 7 to 7:30 depending on the mood. But yeah, so anyway, let's get this. I think the knife is almost right, but there we go. I think we got it, but I'm a little confused. I feel like the knife is like in a weird angle. I don't know if the arm like is in a bad angle or something, but I do feel like this knife shouldn't be like touching her ass. I feel like that could be bad, you know, for the spacesuit, right? That's not good for the spacesuit. That could literally cause a depressurization right there. Let me pull up the Amazon product page real quick. But anyway, yeah, real quick, bottom line, the monitor I bought. I'm basically wrapping up real soon. I would otherwise happily have you on. But yeah, anyway, let's see here. Why do aliens look like purple crabs? I think they're going for the Space Invaders, at least. So one thing annoying about emojis, Lady Mist, is that they don't look the same on every browser, every platform, every device. Time to switch back to DOS 6 DJ. Luckily for me, I have a version of DOS 6.22, which is slightly better than DOS 6.11, which was my childhood DOS, basically. That was my mainline childhood DOS, was DOS 6.0 and DOS 611. Yeah, those aliens have taken over, those Space Invader dudes, and they just keep running faster and faster. That game is scary. So anyway, this is what I learned about this monitor. 0.5 or to 1 millisecond response time, which is really good for like first-person shooters. But the way it works, we have an application that comes with the monitor or that you could download, like called the ViewSonic Strobe utility. And this is a special utility produced by BlurBusters.com, and it does this moving pattern. And depending on how I use the settings, if I turn off this, I get like visible blur. It's not bad, but there's like a slight motion blur. And then when you turn on the pure XP strobe, basically it strobes the LEDs and it does things to the timing of each pixel in order to make it more smooth. And so basically bottom line is that the instant you go from this setting to like say this setting, the motion blur is like quite eliminated. Now I sometimes use like either a custom setting or normal or, you know, medium, because even like this setting is better than nothing. Now, one of the things that you'll see when you're playing with this monitor is, now it does get darker when I do this. That's one of the annoying things. The other thing is, when you see that pattern, depending on what settings you use, you're going to see that some of the lines will have these timing issues, they're called. So you'll see like double lines, double vertical lines at the corners or the edges, and moving these sliding bits around can affect the way that those double lines appear. So basically the best you can do, which is still better than a lot of the competition, is you can adjust those settings so that the center of the screen has the most smooth motion possible. So like, you know, whether it be Space Engine or Beam NG Drive, you can see the smooth motion is very good, but you do lose out on some of that towards the edges. But I find that that screen test I just showed you with the horizontal boxes, that tends to show the imperfections more readily. So most of the time, most games are not going to show those timing errors. They're not going to show those imperfections, or they're not going to be as noticeable. Like, sure, a monitor that could, sustain a perfectly smooth image corner to corner might look better, but that's not really a thing that exists. I mean, like, I learned when I bought my main monitor, the ultra wide monitor, that is a 199 or 200 hertz ultra wide screen monitor. And basically, like, I learned that it doesn't really get a true 200 hertz. I mean, Windows pumps 200 hertz out to it, but generally, you get some benefit if the way it's easier on the eyes. I guess it's better for eye strain. But as for the new monitor, that's my top screen. Now that one's not ultra wide. What I do is I set it to 240 hertz when I'm using Windows. But when I play games, I have a couple of choices. Inside of a game, I can tell it to run at 240 hertz, but to limit the frame rate to 120. And that actually produces a really good result, a good clean result. Other times, I'll just straight up let the game run at 244 hertz, but my graphics card usually won't be able to sustain more than 180 hertz. But you know what? I can live with that. Or I outright set the game refresh rate to, to like 120 hertz, and I lock it at 120, and then I tweak things from there. So those are some of the options that I have, but overall it's pretty good. But like I would say definitely read some of the more critical opinions about the monitor. The last thing I'll say about these monitors, I'm going to pull up Blur Busters. I'm going to pull up their website so you guys can witness. It said Blur Busters. Who you gonna call? Blur Busters. And they have these like little tests here. So when you go to their website, you'll even see over here they got the UFO test. So these are ways that you can test any monitor, and some of these tests will give you different settings in order to, basically find the optimal, settings. And so right now it's gonna give me some trouble seeing. And normally this would turn green. It would, match the frame rate, and then you could tell it to do different things. Say, only show me 160 frame per second UFO, or show me 3 different ones. And notice that now they got 15 frames, 30 frames, and 60. And apparently, my computer does not like what I'm doing to it right now, and I don't blame it. And essentially, you're sort of seeing these little white dashes in the UFO. But when we play the UFO at a slow speed, you'll see that there's actually each white dot is comprised of 3 white dots. And so one of the things that, we're looking for is, can the monitor, separate those separate dots, or do they end up blending together when the UFO is going across? And there's a plethora, there's a handful of different tests, I should say, on this website that allow you to do that sort of thing. I think it's, and so, yeah, apparently the monitor I bought is one of the 2 Blur Busters approved monitors. That doesn't tell the whole story, but I am glad I got it. I think it was a good value. I think I struck a reasonable balance with that monitor. So finally, let's get back to the last task at hand before I go to bed, because I really, like I say, I got to get my buttocks to bed, like yesterday. Literally yesterday, right? Is it midnight yet? Yeah, I got to get my bed. So, wait, yeah, let me get I got to pull up the product page for this girl. Here, you guys I'll give you guys a front view while you wait. Look at those abs. We're going to do a puppet show. Hello there, James and David Glenn. Won't you come to my spaceship with me? Take me to your leader. Your leader, wink, wink. Take me to your leader. Okay, I'm sorry. Jolly got nothing on me. Jolly got no feet. Jolly got no feet. Jolly got no feet. I can count to 10. I can count to 10. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, God. I don't know if these can be clipped or if these are really embarrassing sound bites, but I just put on a puppet show with a female Gundam statue, and I cracked jokes about Jolly having no feet, although he openly states that he has no feet. So, you know. Punkwaddle has feet, however. I can hear the IBM Bleed Blue guys saying, but OS2 does true multitasking. I knew that DJ. Lol, still looks like crabs here. It does look like crabs. Oops. Oh, yeah. Lol, I showed my PC to a computer repair friend, and they didn't know how my PC is still running or how Windows 10 even loads up. It's possessed. That's kind of funny. That's funny. I genuinely am amused. And if you have any questions about swapping RAM out, maybe I'll just go in my basement and videotape me loading RAM. In fact, really, loading RAM into an old computer or a new computer is basically the same thing, but I would want to look for memory that doesn't have a heat spreader on it so that you can, you know, see what it's like to install that type of RAM. There is no 10. Only 4. 4! Oh, my face ain't in the corner. That's all right. That eyebrow is looking not kosher at all there. It's getting a little eyebrow look. Losing your mind all over again, DJ Ronnie G. Ain't that the truth? Oh yeah, so back on topic. Aside from losing my mind here. Here we go. I got the action figure here. So let's get a good look at the figurine. And see if we can figure out get it? We can figure out. Okay, so there's the number one mistake. The knife is backwards. So let's get that knife into the correct orientation. Uh-oh, what button did I just press on my keyboard? Alright, so anyway, we're gonna take worst girl. And you know how like people say like anime girl is like best girl? Yeah, no, this lady is by far the worst girl. Like, I'm not even gonna pretend she's the best girl. She's not. She's twisted. Worst daughter, worst pen pal. She's got a really great story on. Whoa. Wait, where did my knife go? Okay, anyway. She actually has a really great character arc. Oh shit, she's falling apart on me. Oh, okay, there we go. I fixed a little issue, so I should show you guys what I'm doing. So what happened was her her shoulder piece has these little holes in it. You see like the little dots next to her external boob. And so we got to put this shoulder plate over here. And there's probably different ways to put it on. Like you can put the shoulder plate on first, probably. I'm just going to put it on like this. And there we go. I think I actually got it on that time. And actually the box I put it in came with gloves, and I should probably use the gloves because now I'm going to have to gently clean this thing at some point. Okay, so the knife was in a bad spot. So the knife has to be facing the serrations or whatever those are, had to be facing her butt. And yeah, I'm a little confused about the positioning of everything here. Like I feel like something's wrong. I feel like I need to wash my hands. And I feel like the tolerances are a little bit out there. So I'm going to leave this. Oh, there we go. Got it. Wait. It's not exactly touching her butt. I got to work on it. Like, I can sort of see what the picture is going for. Like, I'm looking at the... Oh, there we go. Good enough for now. It's not quite right at all. All right, so that's the best I can do right now. Let's see if we did it. Is there a gap there? Oh my god, it's still... There we go. That's gonna have to do for now. There's just enough of a gap. We're matching the serving suggestion, right? As the box shows. So it is worst girl, Katarzyna Luce, or Katarzyna Rus, or Ruth, or Russ, from Mobile Suitor, Victory Gundam, Keto Senshi, Victory Gundam. I think that's how you say it. Remind me, guys, to look up the young lady who plays Oboe and anime covers. I don't think we have time for that right now. But I would like to do that. So I think we covered just about everything here. Let's see here. We're gonna just see WW2. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do Gundam cover Oboe. So real quick, I do want to touch base on that. Oh, Pop Culture Republic is on, by the way. He's a good guy. So yeah, this Japanese girl plays anime covers. I'm gonna give you guys the playlist because I think she's gangster. She's actually doing some kind of music event in Japan at the moment or something. She also paints all her gunplay with basically all of it with airbrushes. So that's kind of gangster. You can see she's actually got multiple Gundam playlists. You got music from the UC timeline. You got music from the what you would call it. You know, she got updated 2 days ago. Yeah, we got like a lot of Gundam song covers here. So I'm gonna just drop all of her playlists here. I highly endorse her. If I had kids, I would want my kids to be smart and like good at music like she is. I mean, genuinely, I respect someone with the work ethic and the fact that she knows good anime. I think that she deserves even greater respect, and Pop Culture Mechanic might appreciate that she even did an Oboe cover of the the song from Macross, Do You Remember Love? So yeah, highly recommend her work. I think I just think it's great. So anyway, with that being said, I really should end the stream. Do we have that song that I play at the end? But I want to thank you all for tuning in. I am going to dive out at it like a supersonic jet. So here goes the ending song, and then we're going to wrap it up. So anyway, I do want to thank Lady Mist, David Glenn, Pop Culture Mechanic, Chaos for You, 728, and many more. We had Caleb Reynolds. He's always one of the first people here. That's very nice of him. I appreciate him dropping in early. And if I'm forgetting any names, it's because I need to get to bed. Real Wade Nation Gaming Nation, Real Wade Nation, Real Wade. You gotta simplify your name now. No, you don't have to simplify your name. I gotta remember it better. But Wade. Wade. And of course, James. James was here. And my boy, multi-channel streaming and chat channel, whom I can't wait to, check out his work because I don't even know if I know him or not. I think I do know him. So anyway, I will have a great weekend. As for everyone else, they're going to have a work week before their weekend starts. I'm going to have a weekend starting tomorrow. Most other people are going to have a work week that continues. But in any case, I also hope everyone takes care as well. And let's get right to it. I forgot to say anything. Oh yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. And for now, we shall end transmission right after this transmission. Oh crap, I gotta hit the end button, don't I? Anyway, once again, thank you all for tuning in. You all have a wonderful night, and we shall now end transmission while I go to bed with my doll. No, I'm not taking this to bed. I'm gonna look at it from my bed while it's on a shelf. And we shall now